Boner Town. This is Jim Keel and his children.
Wow.
I don't know. I was going to say Come Town, but isn't that already a podcast?
That is already a podcast, yes. I don't remember who does that podcast, but I know it is a real one.
It sounds like something like Bobby Lee would be a part of.
Nick Mullen, Dravos Halleck, I can't say his name, and Adam Friedland.
I don't think I know any of those people.
I feel like I know them from something.
Okay.
I know
Hello.
Stravos from TikTok.
Dravos?
Something.
All right. Hello and welcome to Rant On. Tonight, I've got Todd Harden
Mm-hmm.
and Jim Keel.
Did you forget my name?
Again, 2 weeks in a row. Or 2 podcasts in a row.
What, that I'm doxing you again?
No. Say his proper title.
Mr. Sounds of the Void?
No, that's his dad.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Jim, you've got like 3 names. I don't know what to call you anymore.
I know. Sounds of the Void, though, that's not a name. That's just a
Title.
You're the composer of the
It's just
Void.
the thing. Conductor.
Oh.
I like conductor.
Oh,
Fancy as fuck right there.
Are you a train conductor?
not gonna say it.
Choo choo.
Oh no.
Oh, that kind of train conductor. Got it.
Yeah. Got it.
Jesus, I don't even want to know where you all are going.
Got it.
We might have a few others pop in later. Who knows? That might happen.
We'll get a train going.
All right.
Hype train.
Nope.
I've got a couple topics tonight. Is there anything that y'all wanted to talk about before those topics?
Why is there no such thing as a good Android tablet anymore?
I would argue that the Samsungs are pretty good.
Yeah.
But I'm with you in that I would not buy one because I don't want a Samsung.
I don't.
I'm
I
so
want
far.
BlackBerry to make tablets again.
Well, OnePlus is
God.
coming out with a tablet. That's what sparked this.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
And everybody keeps saying, well, every time OnePlus enters a new market, their first one is just garbage.
That watch was garbage.
That would be why. So I'm kind of scared. They did a Pixel tablet, right?
And it was really bad.
Yeah.
And it was really expensive. It was the Pixel Slate.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I don't know. Like I don't use a tablet anymore.
Yeah. I use a tablet all the time.
I would never go out and buy a tablet. It would have to be like hand-me-down.
Like I actually gave my iPad. I don't know what edition. I couldn't even tell you what generation it was. I gave that to my mother.
You're cutting out, sir. Get closer to your microphone. I personally bought. Well, let me rephrase this. I acquired an iPad Pro back whenever I used to work for Best Buy. I'll just say it. I don't give a fuck. I used my Geek Squad protection. Remember, I had that stupid expensive monitor.
Yeah, is that what you used it for?
That was $1,300. Yeah. Whenever I cashed that out, I bought an iPad Pro and my current ultra wide monitor for the same price. Like, I did not spend any actual cash of my own.
Wait, how much was the monitor?
$1,300.
No. How much was the new monitor?
Oh, $400.
You got an ultra wide for $400?
Yeah, LG makes fairly cheap ones.
Oh, this isn't like
no, it's not like gaming ultra wide. No.
Oh.
So my setup now consists of a 27-inch high refresh rate 1080p monitor.
Okay.
Made by Acer. I really like the Acer Predator series. And then a LG ultra wide on the other side to do Twitch chat and all the other shenanigans. but it's like a piece of shit whenever it comes to gaming. Like, I don't play games on it.
Oh, yeah, that's fair.
Because remember, I had a problem with streaming because I couldn't get the canvas size correct. And I got a nice monitor so I could stream. And the fact that the monitor was causing me problems to stream, that's whenever I got rid of it. Would I like a fancy ultra-wide monitor with a high refresh rate and all that shit? Sure, but I'm all right with a 27-inch monitor right now.
Well, but I mean, like, to be fair, like, you don't really stream as much as you used.
No. I usually am part of the chorus in the background of somebody else's stream nowadays.
Right, so it's like,
which I
do
enjoy
you still
so much more.
Well, I mean, it's less stressful for sure.
Oh yeah, I am not the person that has to keep up the funny. I can every once in a while chime in with something stupid and move on. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't feel like obligated though to keep it funny. Like, unfortunately, like I just play the game and then I answer questions if someone asks.
In the grind, getting our channels up to monetization levels, I felt like I had to keep it up because
I mean,
unlike other people I know, for various reasons, our channels were super slow to grow. Probably because we didn't try that hard. But whenever like I decided to try hard, like I went too far. Like I put way too much of my whole ass effort into it. But yeah, that's why I switched back monitors. Now I could probably buy whatever monitor I wanted, since I don't do the majority of the actual like OBS streaming.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I think you might want to.
I mean, for now, these monitors are good. Now, talk to me in a couple weeks when I move and see if the movers break my monitor, and we'll have another discussion then.
Well, I mean, technically at that point,
I thought you already moved.
No, I move in 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
But also, I don't know which monitor I'd buy. I really don't want to support Samsung monitors. I love that Alienware QD OLED one. I don't want that. I'm all right with giving Dell money. I don't care at this point.
So
I have an HP and a Dell monitor.
Yeah.
You still have my old HP monitor, right?
Yep, it works great.
Yeah, I mean, that was...
It's my main monitor.
Yeah,
I mean, to be honest with you,
a bunch of my monitors.
My left monitor is doing okay. It's got one dead pixel, but I don't use it that much for like something serious.
Yeah.
And then the actual like gaming monitor that I have in the middle, it's doing fine. I don't have a reason overall to like spring for something new.
Well, the annoying part is like I know even if I buy the Alienware one, I'm still supporting Samsung. They still manufacture the panel. But that's the same thing. Like where I used to have customers all the time. They'd be like, "Well, I don't like LG, so I'm going to buy this Sony OLED." I'm like, "Okay, dumbass. Well, LG made the actual screen you're staring at, so get the fuck over it." And
yeah, like I have an overall problem with Samsung appliances. Like I won't buy Samsung appliances at all.
I think everybody hates Samsung appliances.
Guess what, people? If you buy Samsung fridge freezer, your ice machine's gonna mess up.
Yeah, yep.
I mean,
I heard that.
This 34-inch curved QD OLED is only $999.
Yeah,
not bad.
We had the washer and dryer combo from Samsung, and those fucking burned out.
They make a nice jingle. Yeah. I don't remember which one. I think LG is the one with like the full ass song every time the dryer ends. It's
I think our LG washer had that, but I turned it off.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not dealing with that shit.
I remember that at a previous place I lived at. I was just like, this is the worst.
Because you use it as a rock tumbler.
True. Put my shoes in there and throw it all off balance.
Oh,
when my washing machine gets off balance, it is
loud.
It is a scary sound.
Yeah, it sounds like somebody's breaking into your home.
Now, Jim, are yours are those your purchase units? Do they come?
Yeah,
with your
those are
apartment?
mine. Those are
okay.
mine. So it sucks. We we had our own when my wife and I first moved in together. We had our own washer and dryer. Moved into an apartment complex that provided a washer and dryer. So we got rid of ours. Then when we moved again, we didn't have a washer and dryer. We had to buy new ones.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
See, when I was living in a complex, I used like a rental service for mine.
Was it Flexi Compass?
No,
you end up paying a lot more for something like that, right?
Yeah, you end up.
And
it was 30. It was 30 a month for both. It was 30 a month for both.
How long did you have it?
I think 2 years.
30 a month times 24. That's a decent deal. That's what, $700?
It's $700, and everything happened to them. They took care of it. So it was
what brand was it?
I think ours was Whirlpool, but
wow.
because it was rented by them.
Yeah.
Like they would take care of it no matter what.
I want to buy this damn monitor.
We got when we first moved into where we live now. My buddy Robbie was like, "Hey, I've got a dryer. You can just have it." And I'm like, "Yes, awesome." And so I go to pick up this dryer, and it is the first dryer to exist. It was in rough shape.
It's just belts and pulleys.
I'll just say this: it
fire.
had wood paneling on it.
Oh my god!
I'm not even joking you. It had wood paneling on it, and we go to we go to install it, and it's my wife she is pissed beyond belief at me for bringing this probably haunted ass dryer into the house, and we set it up, and it's a pain in the ass to set up. And we okay, it's connected. Let's test it out, and we're both kind of sighing relief it's working, and then all of a sudden
dies.
Broke.
Yep.
And we just turn it off.
Magic smoke.
We unplugged it. I have never been in my car driving to Best Buy so fast to buy an appliance in my life.
Yeah.
I was in if I was in a legit doghouse situation. She was not happy.
Well, I mean, I get it. It was free.
Because my one lone job was to take care of the dryer situation.
Well,
you had one job.
Give me a little bit more backstory here. Was she saying "Hey, it's time to get the dryer. You need to get the dryer. You got it, right?" And you're like, "Yeah, I got it. Don't worry."
100%.
Yes, dear.
100%.
Oh no.
And I bring home just
the worst.
Mark Twain's fucking dryer.
You know, all it is on the inside is some rats moving pulleys to make the drum move over a fire.
There's a fucking crow perched on it that goes wow when it's done.
Like the fucking Flintstones.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nick, he's got a guy David's got a fucking tortilla guy.
The tortilla guy from HEB, right?
Well, it was our friend, and he's like, "Yeah, man, it works great." And then he fucking gives it to me, and then moves to California.
He knew what was happening.
Well, okay, you knew exactly. That was exactly basically dude, I gotta get rid of this shit. I don't want to haul it to the side of the street.
He literally, it was in his garage, and he's like, I don't feel like taking it to the street.
I mean, that's what happens
I paid $25 for it. I never saw that money again.
So we had a Samsung dryer that overheated, that literally overheated all the time. You would have to let it cool down, and then you could resume your cycle.
What?
So when we moved, it was dumb. So when we moved here into the house, my grandma had a washer and dryer. I said, "Okay, cool. we're gonna get rid of the dryer because obviously it's fucked up. Like it's always been fucked up.
Right.
We're gonna keep the washer in the garage just in case we need it. Basically, at one point or another, the washer in the house goes out, and he said, "You know what? Let's just get an LG because the Samsung washer itself wasn't ever really working that well, anyways."
Right.
So we install the LG, and then we're having a garage sale, and this like lady comes in and she's like, can I buy that washer from you? I was like, yes, here are all of the problems.
Oh God.
And she was like, I still want it, I'll haul it away and whatever. I was like, all right, man, if you want it, it's got a lot of problems.
What did she pay for it?
A single $25 part probably fixed just like that damn truck.
Probably $100.
Damn, all right. Respect.
Which I I didn't like. I wanted it gone, essentially.
Right.
Yeah.
I was gonna take.
She would have been like $20. Would you have done it?
Yes, literally any offer I was prepared to take. You offer me $100 though, after I've listed all of the problems. Yeah, I'll take $100.
I mean, hell yeah, yeah.
I still fear to this day that she's just gonna bring it back and drop it off on the side of the street. It's been 3 years.
You hear about some house fire.
And you're like, oh no.
So this may be one of the most adult conversations we've ever had, just talking about washers and dryers. I knew nothing of this because I've lived in apartments most of my life, so there was either like a provided unit or the little like laundromat in the apartments. Right. But at one point I did learn about a brand that if you find it for cheap, you buy it, and it's called Speed Queen. Like that is the brand that laundromats use.
Yeah.
Never heard of that. I've never used a laundromat.
If you are willing to spend a lot more money up front, you'll get quality forever, is what I've been told about it. It's kind of like buying old school Pyrex, like that kind of shit. Yeah. And I found one on Facebook Marketplace, a washer dryer combo for like $400. And I was like, I don't have the room for this, but I will make room for it, because MSRP on the current ones are like $2,400 for just one machine.
Right.
But like, goddamn, I'm old now. I've been looking at Pyrex shit, going through
we got a ton of Pyrex.
Going through my grandmother's shit, trying to figure out which ones are written in uppercase and which ones are written in lowercase, because that's the difference. Didn't know that. That's the difference.
There's a bunch of. I'm gonna get even older. There's a bunch of really cool, antique shops around town.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of Pyrex stuff.
Yeah, that's a very Geoff thing, and that's what really like hurts my soul, knowing I'm getting older.
Okay,
but aren't you older than Geoff?
Yeah, I am.
So
but he's been an old man.
Hilarious thing.
He's been an old man the entire time I've known him.
This is the hilarious thing about that is that Julia has gone to Goodwill and she's just picked up several Pyrex casserole dishes.
Yeah.
We have
what's the dumbass thing that like people lose their shit about? It's like white with like just right. It looks like written in Sharpie, just like if it's a bowl, it just says fucking bowl on it.
Are you Camper Chef?
What's that called?
I don't know exactly what you're talking about.
Ray Dunn. Okay, it's called Ray Dunn, and it's literally people like line up at like TJ Maxx's.
RAEDUNN. Yeah. Okay. I've heard about this.
It's just the stupidest looking shit, and people like live their lives like just like reselling this shit.
Yep.
And it's ugly as shit. It's just
they apparently get stocked at like TJ Maxx, Home Goods, and that kind of place, and people will stalk the building before it opens, like fucking Kevin with Pokemon cards, just like waiting for the place to open.
Exactly.
Uranium glassware is stupid, but it's also cool at the same time.
Yeah, like I would never personally buy it.
No.
But I do enjoy going into stores and going, look at that cool ass effect under the black light.
I don't want a black light in my house. That sounds horrible.
I had a black light in my closet when I was in high school.
It probably just looked like a Jackson Pollock painting inside there.
No,
God.
because I thought it would be cool.
It
I also
was
had
cool.
a bunch. I also had like a Jimi Hendrix like blacklight poster.
Let me
But
guess.
here's the thing.
Where'd you buy it from?
Playback music.
Oh, not Spencer's?
No, playback music. And that was the reason why I bought the light bulb too. But like I never gave a shit about Jimi Hendrix. And but it's just like that's what you get when you get a blacklight poster or a blacklight.
It really was. It really was, yeah.
Blacklight. I've never heard of a blacklight poster.
Go to the back part of Spencer's and look away from the dildos and you will see plenty.
They look like nothing when you just have regular lights on, but when you turn a blacklight on, they like are super psychedelic.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's a picture. I will if you haven't seen it, I'll share it. But it's of me, Andrew, Nick, Ed, and our friend Kevin, who doesn't do any of the podcast or streaming with us, all crammed into my bedroom.
I've seen this one, yeah.
Playing Marvel vs. Capcom 3 on Xbox 360 on a tube TV. Like a 19-inch tube TV. It's a pretty fun picture.
Actually, I was at a garage sale the other day, and they had a tube TV for like $5.
So that's everyone always like. I've got one, but I feel like if I ever found one that was 9 inches, that's the sweet spot.
That's your sweet spot.
Yeah.
Oh no, this was like a 30-inch tube TV.
Oh my god, it probably weighs 2,000 pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it a flat screen or did it bow out?
No, it had the bow.
Ugh.
In my bedroom at my parents' house now, still is that Sony Trinitron.
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah!
Yeah, it still works. It's still that was my TV for when I was in high school and stuff. So
did you play a lot of Smash Brothers on it?
Yes, 100%. I'm surprised in that picture that we're not playing Smash Brothers. I remember and this was again this would have been like 2009. I had a birthday party at my parents' house, and I threw a Smash Brothers tournament, and it was like people showed up, like it was like a blast, and I remember the 2 finalists were my now wife and the person who sold me the dryer for $25.
Oh my god!
Oh wow!
Yep.
My
wife did not win.
We've had a Smash Brother tournament once from Ranty Media.
We had what was the one where we made Geoff drink the s'mores beer?
That was it. That was
I thought that was Mario Kart.
We did both on the same night.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I won both.
You did.
But yeah, he had to drink the s'mores beer.
All I know is I didn't have to drink s'mores beer.
Yeah.
All I know is that Todd tragically lost his Pro Controller.
David stole it. We figured out. We know what happened.
I know.
Wait, I don't know what happened.
David took it.
He listen. If you want someone who's gaslighting you,
it's David.
It's David. That is gaslighting. The dude literally is like, no, I brought my Pro Controller with me.
Whatever.
I
bought one months later out of anger. I bought another.
I got a Pro Controller this last year for the first time. I've never even played on one.
I feel so bad. I don't even play my Switch, like really ever.
I played it.
I played Pokemon recently. Never mind.
Maybe like 20 minutes the other day.
I love my Switch, but the reason why I haven't played it a lot lately is because Redemption 2 on a Switch.
Is that game even on Switch?
No.
There's no way they could fit that game on there.
I don't think. I think the of those types of games, I think they peaked at The Witcher 3.
Yeah?
I can't imagine how
technically if they were ever to do it, you could probably cloud stream it. But
They do the cloud streaming. I forgot about that. Yeah.
I don't know how well that would be for like a Nintendo game.
No, I mean they did Resident Evil on it.
Oh yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but like I feel even when The Witcher came out, I was just like, this is clearly like showing that this system is becoming limited at this stage.
I mean, it
like,
was limited from day one.
Yeah, I think it was limited from day one, but it like really shined with that game.
Yeah. Oh, I think in particular they're like, we are going to really like push the hardware as far as possible for as many years as we can, and they've done it. I mean, I can't deny that.
Do you think Nintendo has pigeonholed pigeonholed? I don't know. Themselves now they have to do like portable / non-portable consoles forever now?
I would argue yes, because effectively.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you.
Like the DS is dead, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're not going to bring it back. You're not going to have like a Game Boy 2.
Yeah, it's just it doesn't make any sense for them to go backwards at this stage.
Yeah, but
effectively, like if we're being honest, this is a far ass reach here, right? If they took like the Apple M2 processor, which is really good at graphics allegedly and all that jazz.
I've been
if Nintendo can get like that type of silicon in the next one at a reasonable price, then they'll have the Switch 2 for years to come.
But I mean, to be fair, the Nintendo DS is in its family, is the second highest selling console ever. By less than 1 million compared to the PlayStation 2.
Well, yeah, I think. I mean, we can find out real quick, but
I'm on Wikipedia. It says Sony PlayStation 2, 155 million.
Well,
Nintendo DS.
And we've had this.
Yeah,
we've definitely had this conversation on like retrospects of like PlayStation 2 definitely is the best selling console of all time, but it's why is it the best selling console of all time? Well, it was a DVD player. It was a super affordable DVD player.
DVD player that anyone could convince their parents to put it in their living room.
Oh, speaking of Switch in general,
yeah.
Did y'all see GoldenEye is on a Switch and Xbox Game Pass?
It's nerfed, right? We discussed this in another thread. I think there's no online multiplayer.
No, there's not. It's just couch co-op.
Yeah, Justin was the one I believe that informed us of that. I think. Let me see. But yeah, we saw that it came back out, but it got nerfed. Yeah, Xbox has no online multiplayer.
Why?
Probably licensing, if I had to guess.
Well, I mean,
from Mashable, on Friday, GoldenEye 007 is getting an official re-release. What's even better, it's available on a Nintendo Switch and Game Pass. However, it should be noted that there are two different versions of the game. Particularly of note, online multiplayer is exclusive to the Switch version.
That's
kind of dumb.
Very stupid.
So, I want to make a bold statement.
Uh-oh.
I think
Perfect Dark's better.
Yeah. I mean, 100%. I think GoldenEye
never
is
played GoldenEye,
the most
to be honest.
overrated game of all time.
I never played it, so
yes, it definitely is, but I don't think it's revered because it's a good game.
No. It's revered because of the fun you had with your friends.
And that was the first instance of real, true multiplayer shooter fun. But
say you, as an adult, gets a Nintendo 64 for nostalgia reasons.
Yeah.
And you pop in GoldenEye.
Not a chance. I wouldn't even do it.
It's unplayable, in my opinion.
The second you make me step foot on that damn level, I would instantly quit. I'd just be, no. I would speed run through the one level where you drop into the bathroom just out of curiosity, because I don't think I ever beat the game, to be fair.
Back then, I didn't even think you could beat the game, like any game.
Yeah, I had that problem
tired of it.
I had that problem with a lot of games just because I was bad at video games.
Yep.
The first game I remember beating was Banjo-Kazooie. First game.
That's so funny. My wife just brought up that game the other day.
Such a good game. R.I.P. Rare.
I don't remember what my first one was. I remember like beating Pokemon Red.
Oh, sorry. I guess I beat those as well.
Yeah, but like I beat Pokemon Red, Pokemon Silver.
I'm talking about like main platformer, like on the big boy home console. The first one I remember is Banjo-Kazooie. I couldn't. I got stuck at King K. Rool on Donkey Kong Country. I could never beat him. Nah, that was. I didn't play a lot of games back then.
Maybe Jak and Daxter.
Wow, you jumped some eras right there.
As far as finishing like a console game, because I didn't have an actual console. Like I had Super Nintendo, but like I never beat Super Mario World, for instance.
I was just about to say, did nobody beat Super Mario
No,
World?
Hell no. My cousin beat 3.
I never beat it.
My cousin beat Super Mario World 3. And then I think the next game I had to start buying game guides, so that would be Ocarina of Time. And then probably the next gen would be it's technically the same generation. Final Fantasy VIII would be the next one I beat, and then Vanguard Bandits. But nobody knows that game.
I remember the first game I ever beat was Batman Returns on Super Nintendo.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a side-scrolling.
I remember that one. I remember that.
Yeah, I don't think I ever finished any of my Super Nintendo games. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Now that I know, like as an adult, I used to rent games because I couldn't afford to buy them. I apparently just rented the notoriously hard games, like the Disney branded ones.
Oh, fuck
like
those.
Aladdin and Lion King were both notoriously hard. And then I remember the Jurassic Park games I couldn't beat. I rented Glover a lot. Do any of y'all remember Glover?
Oh yeah, no, I had that. That was the first PC game I ever played.
It was on PC?
Yep.
Oh, I played it on 64.
Nick said in the chat, Nick Rose said, Jim is tricking all of you into slowly bringing back retrospects.
Which is annoying because we didn't want retrospects to go.
Yeah.
Jim just got busy.
I got busy, and I also planned an episode, and nobody wanted to do it, and I just got mad. And
you got so annoyed.
Went home.
Was it
I researched the shit out of that episode too.
Was it like a Sega themed one or something?
It was Sega Master System.
Yep, there it is.
I wanted to do an episode Sega Master System so bad, but everyone was like, "I don't know anything about Sega."
Nobody
Master
had
System.
One.
Well, then just sit there and just react to the things that I say, like
dance puppets. Dance.
You know, if you would have said that a long time ago, we probably would have had that episode.
I didn't want to be mean about it.
Years later,
but it's fun. Yeah. God damn, I want to.
Do we have a visitor?
He's back. He's on a sabbatical.
I'm on the sabbatical on my sabbatical.
He's also on the toilet.
Are you sick?
No.
Oh, you sounded rough.
No, it's the echo.
The echo. Oh yeah. You got to remember, I'm in a new place.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's.
I was about to
say you sound like the voice of God.
He is the Metatron
for me.
Whenever Jim said that, I thought he was talking to me for a second. I was like, I mean, I am sick, but I don't.
You're always in some very.
I'm always sick. I can't. I shouldn't travel. Like I need to just stay at home. I will never get sick. But no, I have to leave.
It's all because you did hot yoga.
That was years ago.
Oh, I thought you just did it.
When David was like, "Oh, it's good for your sore muscles," dude. Fuck hot yoga. It's bad all the time. It doesn't matter when you're doing it.
No, I did hot yoga years ago to, of course, impress a woman. and
Yes.
it
How did that go?
fine.
The silence was deafening.
It was fine.
So she was
Can
Can I
impressed.
just say that I've
was
gotten
fine.
to the point when David talks about anything, I just picture him with like a 3-piece suit and a monocle on now.
Oh,
Like
I
he
mean,
just
yeah.
and his diet consists of like Lagavulin and caviar. Like that's all
wow.
he consumes.
I mean, he does talk about bagel and locks a lot.
Yeah, all the time.
Right,
And
I
it's
forgot
like,
about
you
that.
know he like secretly loves like Andrew Tate and like is like all about I want
Fuck.
give me
God
your
damn.
most expensive stick.
He's gone. I saw him getting transported today from wherever he
Transported?
was to the courthouse because he's in jail.
Yeah, Jason
Oh,
Statham was transporting
bro.
him.
I thought you were talking about David. I was like, he went to the courthouse. What the fuck?
It would not also would not shock me, but I was talking about his mentor Andrew Tate.
I mean, sure.
One of the press guys yelled at him. He's like, "Are you being arrested by the Matrix?" And I was like, "Wow."
Oh my god.
He's like, "Yes, it's because I'm rich." I was like, "Oh my god."
What is his Discord followers? What are they called?
Oh, I don't know.
Top G's.
Are they really?
Top G.
I think so.
I've heard Top G's.
I don't know enough about him to like care.
I heard about him a few years ago and then forgot about him.
Well,
And
I only
then-
knew about him because of the fucking dumpster fire that's Twitter and how he got like re-brought back onto Twitter because he was
That's
banned
when that's
originally.
when I think he resurfaced, yeah.
And now
Whenever,
Trump is apparently going to come back to Facebook.
Free
Nick
speech,
says
man.
you need to do goat yoga. Can
I
I
will
do
not do goat yoga. I will do.
Well, what would you do? Goat yoga simulator?
Yes, I would also do puppy yoga because that's a thing as well.
Oh, I saw puppy yoga on TikTok. Mm-hmm.
They do goat yoga at some park near us, actually.
Would you do yoga while like Barnaby just like breathed around you?
That would ruin my zen very fast. It's funny. Every time I see a pug, I'm just like, you're gonna die soon. I was at a party for a friend of mine's birthday a few weeks back, and she has a pug. Not doing snake yoga either, Nick. And obviously,
Geoff will do snake yoga.
I love all dogs, and
Hell
dogs
no.
typically love me. So the pug kept like walking up under me and just like sitting there. And I always, every time I'm around this dog, I'll take a picture of it and send it to Jim because I'm like, you're the only people that can love these fucked up beings. And then her mom was sitting next to me, and we were talking to a couple friends. And I guess one of my friends just did not understand why pugs breathe so heavy. And I was like, look at their fucking face. They're bred to die. And that apparently shocked the table because there was an innocent child across from me that did not understand what that meant. And I was like, eugenics went wrong with this breed. That's what's causing this. And they were all horrified. And the owner was just like, I mean, he's right. They are kind of fucked up. Yeah, look at
if
them.
you look at like if you go back and look at like pugs from like the 1800s,
Yeah.
They are completely different.
Don't they
dogs.
look more like boxers at that point?
Yes, with like the kind of a scrunchy face, but like I think I read somewhere where like the wrinkles in their head were supposed to read out like warrior in Mandarin.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Prince,
right.
Prince, thank you. It's
Prince.
supposed to read Prince. And, yeah, and it's like there's nothing princely or warrior-esque about my 25-pound mostly blind pug.
Yeah, previously they kind of looked like boxers and Akitas, but like as their face just got smushed in farther and farther, I'm like, this can't be like a long-term plan. Like this is evolution going the wrong way.
Pugs just have inverted faces like in 100 years.
If Charles Darwin was around and he saw a pug nowadays, he'd be like, clearly my idea was wrong because like they're not trying to survive.
Survival of the fittest is not real.
They just get coddled by usually hipsters and shit like that.
I mean, they
So-
wouldn't be alive if Jim didn't take care of them.
No, pugs would not survive on their
Well,
own.
I
Not
will
a
tell
chance.
you this: we got Barnaby, our pug, from Pug Hearts, which is a rescue organization that's for just. And from what I understand, Barnaby belonged to a very wealthy family that like had another child, and so they just couldn't keep up with him, and so they turned him over to Pug Hearts, and now we've brought him into just this poverty-stricken mess that is our lives, and he was doing so much better before.
He's just getting by now.
He's just, he's the Jeffersons where they're moving on up.
Whenever I
fell
go to
on
work,
down.
whenever I go to work and I walk out the door, I look at my 2 dogs, my 2 cats. I'm like, oh, I gotta go to work to support the kids.
Yeah.
Oh, don't be that person.
Oh my God, there was this person that I used to work with that I don't have kids. I don't plan on having kids. I have a dog, but I know the difference between having a child and having an animal. And that's fine. You could be like, it's my fur baby. It's my fur baby. But like, person would unironically call their dog their son. And it drove me insane.
My entire family is. It's bad.
We do that like at home. I don't go to work and be like, oh, look at my son.
Yeah, I know that's what, but this person would.
Nah, so that's taken a little bit too far.
And it's also when just because I'm on this tirade now and I gotta get it out. When people who are like boyfriend and girlfriend call themselves hubby and wifey.
Oh no.
That drives me insane.
What about husbands and wife that call each other mom and dad and they don't have
weird.
kids?
That's fucking
weird. No, thank you.
The first I can tell you the first experience I had with that.
Oh no.
Nick will call those people a slur.
Which slur do you mean?
Oh,
sir?
hang on. Let me get in mod mode so I can approve it.
Yeah, I'm not in mod mode right now. So.
The cinematic masterpiece that is Airborne.
Airborne.
Why does that sound familiar?
Because it's a great movie starring Seth Green and Jack Black.
You lost me.
Excellent, top notch, and the parents keep calling each other mother and dad.
Yeah,
and
this shit is from 1993.
Seth Green's that old?
Hey, Jack Black's that old.
Oh, I knew that. I didn't expect.
Seth Green has been like
Seth Green's almost 50.
Yeah, dude, he's been around.
Holy shit. He was in a movie in 1984.
Yeah.
He played like a kid in a couple movies too, I think. God, there's another Shazam movie. I just don't care.
Yeah, I saw an article today saying apparently Game of Thrones is now canon in the DCEU.
Oh no.
Well, it doesn't matter. This is technically the last movie in that considered canon.
What about the Dooku?
Nope.
Oh,
they're rebooting the whole thing.
Cinematic universe. Oh man.
Can we? Okay. Every year, ask for this, and every year we don't do it, and it's because of me we don't do it because I get real depressed, even more depressed than normal around my birthday, and I don't want to be around anybody. But right. I want all of us to watch Airborne, and then I want to have a podcast discussion about it.
We used to have a Patreon thing for that.
Please, let's do this.
Spam protection.
Airborne. One message was deleted by a moderator.
Yeah, I know. I'm working on it. Excess symbols disable.
Oh yeah,
I fixed it.
I mean, let's see.
Hold
here.
on, I'm finding it. I'm checking. I use justwatch.com for this.
I was about to say it's not on
or
YouTube.
we could have a party at Nick's house and watch it on his projector.
You can rent it for $3 on YouTube.
Ah, fuck
do you
that.
not
I'll
think
just
I have
pirate
this?
it.
Ranting
I have this
media
movie-
Site C.
We
And
can
not
watch
even
this
a-
movie on VHS because I have it for VHS.
Oh, does anybody have a?
A
He has
VCR?
he has a
You
VCR.
bet your ass I do.
That can plug into something useful?
I'm sure they're.
Oh, absolutely
I'm sure,
not.
Yes.
I am positive.
His confidence went down quite hard. I heard that in his voice. Jesus Christ, so many slurs.
Everybody gather around this 20-inch little CRT.
Then after that,
we
we're gonna
we
play
go back to
Melee.
my parents' house. We go back into my
Oh.
bedroom.
And then we play Melee the rest of the night.
No,
I mean,
we would
yeah.
play Brawl.
No, we wouldn't. What?
I loved Brawl.
Uh-uh.
I loved Brawl. That's my favorite.
No,
I mean, his
Smash Bros. Game.
projector. I mean, if his projector technically has like RCA,
they probably do have
cables.
R or just one mono sound and,
Yeah, mono sound.
and video.
That's enough. We can make
I
it.
mean,
work.
technically, yes.
Okay. I also have this movie on Blu-ray, and I also have
Do
it
you really?
downloaded. So fuck y'all, we got it all covered.
I've been
Oh my
meaning to
God.
watch the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies again.
Oh my god.
I have them on Blu-ray.
Solely for the fact that I saw Justin, I think at one point linked a YouTube channel called like Secret Galaxy, which by the way, I'm still 100% convinced that's the dude from the wrestling YouTube channel, and he tells me it's not, but usually he's wrong about things. So, but they just talk about a bunch of shit from like our childhood. So like they had a video on Reboot, they had a video on all the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies.
Oh,
Yeah.
reboot.
They had a video on Sailor Moon, which also got me into watching Sailor Moon again. That's a whole other story.
I was wondering why you were watching it.
Fucking Secret
I've
Galaxy.
been watching. It was a shit show on YouTube.
Sailor Moon Crystal is bad. Bad.
Oh, is it? That's sad.
It is really bad, yeah.
And then they Sweet Home Alabama. And I was like, how are they going to cover up the lesbian thing? Because I remember as a child, they're cousins.
The cousins, yeah, they're
It's like,
related. They're not
I'm
in
pretty
love
sure
with each other.
They bang each other, right?
Listen, Nick, the reason why I think it has an RCA is because for fucking years, projector manufacturers are like, you know what? This needs a goddamn VGA port. You know what? This still needs RCA. We'll put one fucking HDMI on there, I guess. Like they don't let go
Hold on.
of old technology.
You know how like some people like bring an acoustic guitar to a party and it's like,
Are
don't
you
be
the guy that
guy.
just brings a VCR
and I
everywhere?
just bring a VCR with me to every party.
No, what Tom said is he's like, guys, have you watched Airborne before? Let's watch Airborne. And then
Hey,
you
how
turn
many-
around and on your back is that fucking 9-inch fucking TV.
That is the VCR that I've got is huge.
How many heads?
probably
Ooh, he doesn't know how many
I don't
heads
know.
are on his VCR.
Oh no,
What?
it's just one.
No.
Mm-mm.
It wouldn't be
it's
just one.
It's an 8-head, right?
Oh yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I missed that. Yes.
Oh, he doesn't know. Shame. I know your name.
Oh my goodness. Here's the funny part. I looked up, like VCR heads.
That's gonna give
2002
you a-
article. What is the difference between a 4-head VCR and a 6-head VCR? What a riveting conversation.
Isn't it just for rewinding?
I think
4
so.
video heads are supposed to give better slow motion playback and freeze frames
That's what it
over
is,
a VCR with only 2 video
For people who
heads.
want to pause their porn.
I mean, you got to get the money shot and pause at the right spot.
No, this is the best part. Deborah, I have never felt compelled to try a 6-head VCR. Ugh. The 4-head models I have always had have worked fine for me. I do have an SVHS model and appreciate the increased resolution of recordings off of cable.
Wait, what does that have to do
Jesus Christ.
What's that
I
have to do
am.
with the recording quality? That was
I
like
don't.
EP and LP.
I listen. This whole forum thread, which is
you're on hometheaterforum.com. I just found
yes, yes. From 2002, I can answer this question with a single word: porn. Don't ask me how I know. Let's just say I know people who are into that stuff. Goddamn, just cherry picking.
You know those. Have y'all ever heard the news stories of like horrible things being found in like bodybuilding forums and stuff? I feel like this is the nerd equivalent. This hometheaterforum.com.
Holy shit. Very bottom of this thread, this guy decided, I just thought I would do an almost 18-year update. April 23rd, 2020. Mitsubishi came out with some VCRs that had really high visual speeds. They were anywhere from 16 times to, I think, 35 times normal speed.
Also, what is this dude's profile picture?
I don't know. Him dead, I guess.
This is still an
35.
active fucking forum. Wow.
This is the level I want Jim to get.
Somebody talked about 4-way split screen in today.
HS-U430 has 19 heads.
Ooh, man.
Too many heads.
A lot of heads.
For $60.
Jim, can you tell me the difference between SP, LP, and EP?
Well,
I certainly can't.
long play, extended play, and then standard play or slow play.
Yeah.
From music. Oh my god.
No, it also has to do with recording video.
Mm-hmm.
If you remember back in the day, I don't know if you remember, but your tapes that you
blank
buy, the blank
VHSs
ones, would
yeah.
have the 3 different speeds, and if you did EP, you could record a whole lot more, but the quality suffered.
Yep. And that's I have at my parents' house somewhere. I have a giant box of like Dragon Ball Z recorded from Toonami, all EP, because I wanted to fit as much as I could on a VHS tape.
I think there's also AP as well, which is archive something.
I mean, listen, Jim, if you ever wanted to like upgrade your setup,
I'd have to have my own like office with like,
Panasonic.
I mean, this now, unfortunately, you might have some trouble getting it shipped to you because it is in Ukraine.
And they're having slight problems with their supply chain right now.
Even the shipping, it says estimated delivery between
$60
between now and listen, you're paying for quality here. Between now and February 17th, so it's about a month. But if you really, really need it, I think it might be good for you.
I appreciate that.
You're a monster. Also, while you're at it, for $150, you can get a Panasonic TC plasma screen.
Hold the fuck up! This only has 6 heads. I feel cheated. VCR 8 head.
I remember when I was a kid and I saw a video with 8 heads on it.
Oh, I'm sure you did.
I remember when I was a kid. I saw a lady with
wow.
3 boobs. That goes, what's 9?
Pen pal enter the fist. The one boob in the middle. Jesus.
People are selling parts for old Panasonic plasmas still. That's funny.
I
mean, listen, I appreciate you, Jim. I think it's fascinating that you still are like, I'm gonna watch this on VHS.
Jim's gonna bring it back.
I remember.
I believe in him.
I remember my parents
the 21st night of September.
Yes. I remember when they still had like their VCR, and I had like upgraded to like a Blu-ray player at that stage, and they had a like a plasma. and took my PlayStation 3 down because that was the first like Blu-ray player I had. Plugged it in, put a movie in, and I was like, just look at the difference. And my dad's like, I don't see the difference. I want my VHS player back on.
Your
And
dad
it
is also
hurt my
like
soul.
your dad also
Hurt my
lives
soul.
in between the world of the Amish and the world of the living. So like I don't think I would trust him in terms of fidelity. catching.
Yes. However, they have an Apple TV 4K now.
Which you probably bought them.
I didn't buy it for them. I told
You
them to buy
suggested it. Okay.
I suggested it. Yeah.
There's no way that they, on their own volition, bought
No. But they were like, well, we want an easy like TV streaming thing, blah blah blah. And I was like, in the back of my mind, I was like, I could get them a Fire Stick, but then that's just gonna fuck up eventually.
it. Damn. Fuck you,
I mean,
business.
no, I mean, it just keeps getting consistently slower. This is the only thing I hate about the Fire Stick is it just keeps getting consistently slower with each update. They're just like, we fucking peeped out on the hardware, so it's not gonna be good stuff.
You know they have like higher end versions of it, right? That like
Yeah,
don't
sure,
do that.
for like the cost, I was like, I mean, mom's got an iPad, all that stuff. It just made more sense.
Or you could have been a true gamer and bought them an Nvidia Shield.
It would have been wasted on them. However,
The 4K one is wasted on them.
They got a 4K TV.
They can't tell the difference.
No, they can now because when they watched Maverick, they were like, "Holy fuck, this looks good."
They are like, "Oh, Tom Cruise is actually old now." What?
I could see the wrinkles.
That movie's supposed to be good.
Oh, it was great.
Maverick,
I loved it.
Yeah.
There is literally, and I don't know what it was, what it's been about me recently, or maybe not even recently. I used to watch like a new movie every week or every 2 weeks or something like that. I didn't watch that many movies last year. I
sure didn't.
I watched Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Great movie.
I watched Maverick.
No.
I watched Glass Onion.
No.
Uh,
Did you watch
Not
X?
declare.
Barbarian. I watched Barbarian.
Oh, what'd you think of Barbarian?
I liked it.
The Kevin
I
Sorbo?
love Barbarian.
No. It's got Justin Long in it though.
Speaking of
X?
sequel to Tusk is coming.
Oh
Who's
no.
Jaws,
fuck.
baby?
No.
Also,
fucking way.
yeah.
I don't. If I need to know right now, if it because I'll never watch Clerks 3 again.
Let me ask you this just real quick before you
Mhm.
get there, Jim. Did Clerks 3 like kill your faith in Kevin Smith?
Okay, it's not a bad movie. It's made well, but it's unnecessarily sad. Like if I time traveled to 1994 when Clerks came out and was like, hey, let me let you know in like 20 years or 30 years, they're gonna make a third one where these things happen. I don't want to spoil it. It's still fairly new. Yeah, and that's the end of it. And it's like they wouldn't believe me, and Kevin Smith wouldn't believe me if I told him that.
Well, you say that, but the reason why.
Wait, has anybody else seen Clerks 3?
No.
I know exactly what happens in it because I Wikipedia'd it afterwards.
Okay.
Why would you do that?
I don't. So okay, then I won't.
Because he told me that it was really sad. I was like,
no, it's the saddest movie I've ever watched.
I don't think I'm actually gonna watch it because it would be depressing. And I try to steer away from, like, there was a point in my life where I would watch whatever I could because I was trying to do film school. I wanted to be a director, and I would watch anything and everything. And by goddamn, I watched some pretty fucking depressing shit.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm watching it purely for entertainment, and if it's too slow or if it's too like I just it's why like Midsummer, like I don't like films like that anymore. Because it's just too fucking weird. And I don't need that in my life.
There's zero happy ending in that movie. And I'm not saying I need to watch a movie all the time that has a happy ending, because that's definitely not it.
Hold on a second. Todd, are you ever going to watch Clerks 3?
Yes.
Well, then never mind. We'll figure that out later.
When he said why in the world would you spoil it, I was gonna be like, do you guys care if I spoil it? Because I'll go in a full spoiler territory, so I won't.
For now, give me.
But
is it free
I will
somewhere?
New?
Is
I don't think so.
It's okay. I redeemed the digital copy on my Voodoo to the login for it.
Okay.
On my Voodoo.
Wow.
It's the only thing I literally set up an account for Voodoo.
Isn't that the Walmart streaming company?
Yeah. I cannot believe that's actually still like out there.
What about do you have it on Cinema Now?
No, but I've got it on Blockbuster to go.
Jesus.
Oh man, I miss Omega Mart now.
So without spoiling it, Jim, I will say I understand why he made this film.
I get it too.
Because
I get it.
to me these films
make a new thing then. Don't bring in these.
I get it. But like at the same time, it's these particular films were like the stage gates of his life. So yeah, Clerks, very beginning of his life, essentially, right? His career. Clerks 2. I'm gonna say bold statement, probably one of the highlights and or midpoint of his career.
I love that movie. Clerks
2 is my favorite, yeah.
So
Clerks 2 is great.
Then Clerks 2 was successful, right? And then they're like, hey, how about you go a little bit more commercial? And then that's where when you got Zach and Miri make a porno.
I love that movie though.
Yeah, also a good movie, yeah.
Not a bad movie, but what I'm saying is like that's when he started like going, you know what? I'm gonna deviate from my traditional things. That's when you got Red State. That's when you got Cop Out.
God, I love Red State.
Cop Out was like a highly successful movie, though.
He didn't write that movie, though.
Right, but
that's what I'm saying.
But Geoff just used that in the downturn talk.
I don't think that movie was very successful.
It cost $30 million to make. It was $45 million box office. Not
successful for him.
No, I wouldn't say that's successful
for him. All right. While you continue to say that, I'm gonna go find.
Well, okay. The reason why I say this because Clerks 2 was $5 million budget. It made $26.9 million at the box office. Like that.
So
$20 million
profit.
Smaller scale, yes, but arguably more profitable than Cop Out because it only made a $10 million profit, so to speak. Like that's where I kind of view the downturn. No, Nick. No, we don't talk about the Nick Cage Superman movie with the giant fucking spider. Like
Apex Predator.
I still don't understand how that almost was a thing. Like I don't. And then I remember
it did become a thing though.
What do you mean?
You don't remember Wild Wild West?
Yep.
No, I'm talking like specifically. I mean, yes, I get what you're saying. But I'm saying like the actual like Nick Cage Superman film did never actually happen.
I see. Okay, I thought you're talking about spiders.
Cop Out made $25 million. Now I'm confused.
$25
million profit.
Cop Out. I'm okay. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong page. If you just literally Google Cop Out and you got that like Google thing on the far right.
No, I don't trust that.
And then scroll down, it says $45 million budget, $30 million. Oh. 30 million profit is what it says.
No, it says 30 million budget. Worldwide 55 million. That's 25 million profit.
Oh, so it cut it off then. Box office 55.6. Okay, yeah,
What
that's
movie
fairly
were you
successful.
saying made? What was his? Was it Dogma? Was the one you were quoting?
No, Clerks 2.
Okay. Hold on. 2. Clerks 2. Budget 5 million, made 26 worldwide. So that is less profit than Cop Out.
Dogma.
I know this is his most successful as far as I recall because he talked about it in one of his many questions to an answer that took 8 million minutes to answer.
Oh my god, I've been to a couple of those. It's rough.
Oh, you've been to one? Oh fuck no!
I've been to a couple of them.
And then let's see for Dogma, budget of 10 million, made 31, so that's again a profit of 20 million. Zach is spelled weird. Yeah, Mary. 24 million budget, 42 worldwide. That's once again a 20 million. He averages 20. Cop Out was 25. Is the easiest
Yeah, I
way to
mean
put it.
he basically doubled what he got,
Yeah.
essentially.
So, but yeah, I remember that being oddly his highest rated thing, mostly probably because Bruce Willis. But you know. Oh, the Weinstein Company distributed most of these. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's the. Well, all the money he gets from those movies, he donates to like battered women's shelters and stuff.
And what was that story where he was saying that Weinstein called him right before he got sent to jail, talking about Dogma 2 or the rights to it? I was like, oh,
yeah,
sad. But
yeah, I mean, technically, he's like. I'm actually kind of curious because, like, I realize he's going to jail. Like, isn't the company?
Jail, right?
I mean, isn't technically like the company shuttering at that
the
stage?
Weinstein Company? Doesn't he have another? Doesn't he have a brother? Isn't that the second Weinstein?
Bob Weinstein, yeah. I just ranked all the Kevin Smith movies.
Oh, did you?
I did.
All right, shoot. Go
you
from
ready?
bottom to top.
All right, 14.
Red State.
Yoga Hosers.
Really?
That movie's terrible, guys.
I didn't watch it.
It's not good. 13. Cop Out.
Mm-hmm.
12. Jersey Girl.
Oh God. Oh, where's Geely?
11. Clerks 3.
Oh no.
10. Jay and Silent Bob reboot.
No. Yeah, it's bad.
I like that movie. I like, Jersey Girl. Cop Out is fine.
Yeah.
What was that? 14, 13, 12,
You're at
11, 10, 9. Zach and Mary Mega Porno.
10. Okay. Fair.
8. Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
All right. Now you're starting to cause problems.
7. Dogma.
You're really starting to cause problems now.
6. Chasing Amy.
Oh, Jesus!
You're gonna say some
Christ.
stupid
Hold
shit
on,
about
hold on.
Red State being
5.
number 2.
5.
It probably is.
5. Clerks 2.
You're a monster.
4. Mallrats.
I hate you.
3. Tusk.
Oh, fuck this.
2 is
2.
Red State.
Red State.
Yeah.
Oh, is it
1.
the original Clerks that's never won? Oh. Fucking
Wow.
shocker.
Jesus Christ, Jim.
When you said Red State is gonna be 2, I was like, fuck.
I just know your weird ass take.
Wait, have you ever watched Red State? Red State.
Yes, I've watched Red State. I've watched just about every movie he's made.
How much do you think
Weinstein
that,
Company
the cross
disappeared
cost?
in 2018, by the way.
Yeah.
What did you say, Geoff?
How much do you think the cross cost?
What cross? The cross from Red State?
In dollars or common sense? It's a quote from the movie, Jim.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's been a while. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to quote it.
I only remember that quote because we'll be driving around Houston, specifically downtown, on one of the buildings. It was like an old wasn't a hospital, but it was like an old like Christian medical center thing. They had like a
Mhm.
giant cross on the side of the building. Every time we go past it, that's what Julie would say. I was like, "How much do you think that cross cost?"
St. Joseph's, right?
Yeah, I think St. Joseph's.
Wow,
My-
Weinstein Company made Django. I always say the D on purpose.
Well, I think
Good
most of the
golly.
Tarantinos had Weinstein stuff involved.
Yeah, you're right. Their highest grossing films: Django Unchained, King's Speech. That was a highly rated movie, right?
No, you hear the problem with like if you're like a cinema fan or like a movie buff,
You like Miramax movies.
like your Miramax is gonna be a large chunk of the things that you like. But just know, like, if you're like, oh, I don't want to give money to the Weinsteins, like, number one, you're not anymore at this point.
Yeah.
And you know, there's still a brother that had no idea his evil brother was doing this shit.
We
well,
hope.
that we know
We
of.
hope,
Who
yeah.
the fuck knows?
Yeah, you're right. Silver Linings Playbook was number 3. That's the J-Law movie, right?
That's a great movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie. Inglourious Bastards. The Butler.
so
I don't
good.
know what that is. Hoodwinked.
That's the movie. No, I'm thinking of The Help.
Hoodwinked is the animated thing. Imitation Game with Benedict Cumberbatch. Scary Movie. Wait, what? I guess the Scary Movie franchise came through that.
Scary
They
Movie
made
4.
Paddington?
Yeah.
Paddington is a Weinstein?
That's sad, yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
Aw.
Paddington's a Weinstein joint. There's a second one, right? Who made
Yep.
the second
Yes, there
one?
is.
okay.
Paddington 2.
That was just like a TV show as a kid. I remember watching that show.
Marmalade sandwich.
Wait,
They
it
sold
had
the
an
rights.
approval rating of 100 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Paddington's the movies are actually like really well reviewed.
The second one.
Yeah, but they sold 3 of the rights to the films. Sorry, 3 movies were sold to Warner Brothers: Paddington 2, In the Heights, and The $6 Billion Man.
In the Heights. The
Lin-Manuel Miranda
joint. I like his stuff, even though they're all kind of reductive. Let's put
I don't know. The funniest thing I was reading about him the other day specifically, they're like, yeah, he's a good lyricist and all this jazz, but god damn, is he a terrible singer? I was like,
Wait, I missed. Who are we talking about?
Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Oh,
They're saying
dude,
like
I think
he's great with music, great lyricist, but he's actually a terrible singer.
he doesn't sing though. He raps, right?
I think he has sung. He technically sung in Encanto.
He sung in Encanto. He sung in Hamilton. He sung in.
Hey, Andrew, sing us some songs from Encanto.
He's not even here. And he sung in
He
Vivo as well.
He chose the exact moment to be like, you know what? I heard Encanto coming down the pipeline.
First of all, Encanto is great.
It's a great movie.
Well, okay, yes, you know, but if you're even if it's your favorite movie, have a small human watching it on repeat day after day after day.
So my
You're
thing
gonna get sick of it.
My thing with like Disney Pixar joints is I usually wait years before I watch it. So like I didn't watch Coco until like last year.
Oh, don't talk about Coco. Jim has an inaccurate story about Coco.
Huh?
It's completely inaccurate, and I didn't even realize it until. Wait, it's not inaccurate. It's a little more embarrassing because because I saw that movie years after my grandmother had died.
Yeah,
and I thought
like,
she had just died.
You're like, yeah, we should start bawling,
it's,
blah blah blah. I mean, yes,
well,
that is sad.
that part's all true. Part's all accurate, but just my timeline of my grandmother dying.
I mean, I cried at the end of Big Fish. Like I cry at movies all the time. I'm not afraid to admit that. It's just
Clerks
like
3, man. And I was trying to hold it back, and then Alyssa was crying. And just
I mean, even with the Last of Us, I was already starting to tear up.
We're not talking about that yet.
I have a feeling when I get to the end of Red Dead, I might get a little misty.
You might, but then you're gonna be happy.
Okay.
You're gonna. What is the fucking Harry Potter quote?
I don't know. I don't watch this show.
You're going to cry, but you're going to be happy about it. I think is the quote.
So weird. Don't say it.
Is it gonna make my eyes piss tears?
Stop it. I was about to say, freaking animes made me tear up so much recently. I'm like, calm down. Making me so emotional.
Oh, you're going to suffer. You're gonna suffer, but you're gonna be happy about it.
That's some all right, Daddy.
Yeah, I was about to say that's some soft dom shit right there. Fucking My Hero Academia, like one of the worst stories out there, fucking got me. I was like, no, I didn't know this was happening to me.
Wait, was I saying Lin-Manuel Miranda or Lin-Manuel Miranda?
You, every once in a while, the whiteness in you like really sticks out.
Yeah, it's not intentional.
Oh, I know.
I mispronounce words and names
Manuel
daily.
Lin-Manuel.
Lin-Manuel Miranda. I don't know why that's so funny, but
You say it like the help that your rich people type like to pay for. Manuel,
rich.
Your people.
Oh.
Your people.
I mean.
We lost 2 people, so I'm just gonna make fun of you now. Did we talk? Have we podcasted since I went to Omega Mart?
No, I don't think so.
My God, that was an experience.
Oh, what way?
For one, I love my friends. Like, don't get me wrong. I went with a different group of friends than I'm doing the podcast with. But
Right.
The party going young people group does not work very well going to fucking Meow Wolf. Because they don't want to really dig into the fucking lore. Meanwhile, I'm all about the fucking lore.
So you're saying that they didn't respect it?
They were done with it in about 30 minutes. I was in there for I think 4 hours, 3 hours.
Okay.
Doing the entire story.
And to be honest with you, I had no idea what you were talking about when you said that. Like I didn't know what this was.
Oh, you didn't know there was like a story? Or you didn't know what Omega Mart was?
Well, I didn't know what Meow Wolf was in general.
Oh, I thought I had shown you the weird place from Rooster Teeth years ago.
Yeah, I
that's
knew
Meow Wolf.
Vaguely about it.
That's the New Mexico Meow Wolf house.
Okay.
I learned about Omega Mart from Game Theory, the Matt Pat channel.
Oh, hold on a second. Yeah. I think I have seen this before.
Nick just brought it up. Matt Pat has a good video. He has 2 videos about it.
Yeah. Okay.
So I knew it was more than just a walkthrough thing.
Right.
I went there. Some of my friends are chronically late, so they didn't show up until like an hour after I had already been in there. I found a little kiosk lady where she sells you like an employee ID card.
Okay.
It's like $3. It's separate than the actual cost of like getting in, which is like 50 or so, I think. Paid $3. She's like, hey, go over to that terminal right there and tap your badge. Kind of like a badge reader. And I do. And it's like, hey, you're an employee, blah, blah, blah. And then there's a story you have to follow. And you have to go all over this place. It's gigantic. I was too invested in the story to like be a proper person and take pictures because it's a beautiful space. Like if you like taking cool pictures and cool environments, that has everything you want and more.
Okay.
Like I said, I spent about 3 hours in there. I completed the entire story. Your actions influence the entire building. So me unlocking things made the entire building react, which was really cool.
Oh, okay.
At one point you do an action I'm trying not to spoil things, and it makes all the lights in the building start to flicker, and you're in the actual like grocery store part of it, and like TV screens pop up with a message that is very Mr. Robot, Max Hazard, like takeover kind of thing. It's
Right.
not Max Hazard, Max Headroom. Sorry.
Max Headroom, yeah.
And because the people that are working there are also technically performers, at one point, one of the performers gets on the overhead because you're in a grocery store. She's like, "Oh, don't worry about that. Just ignore it. Everybody leave it alone. That person's just don't worry about it." And they kind of like downplay it. It's really, really cool. Nick has been to one of the other ones. I'm sorry, I forgot which one he said he went to. But they're all really, really cool. If you like...
See, and this is the thing, like that sounds like right up my alley.
It sure does.
I don't think I would go to Vegas though.
Nick went to the Denver one. So they have New Mexico, which I believe is outside Santa Fe or Albuquerque. I can't remember which one. There's Denver, and then there's Las Vegas. All of them have their own stories. They're lightly tied together, I think.
Yeah. I would probably go to either Denver or New Mexico. Like there's something about Vegas in general that just doesn't appeal to me.
I love Las Vegas though, so that's my whole thing.
Yeah.
One thing
and
about
I get it.
It just popped in my head. It's basically Real People Missed.
Oh, okay.
It's like a point and click adventure, but it's you controlling it, like actually controlling it.
I mean, and it sounds like I realize it's like an interactive, like immersive experience. It almost sounds, and I realize it's not the same as an escape room, but like I've done 2 escape rooms in person now, and like I've enjoyed like that experience.
I love escape rooms.
I feel like, and I am proposing this.
We've talked about Ranting Media doing one for years.
I really want to get that on the books though.
All right,
like
fine,
I'm gonna make that happen.
We'll pencil that in. To answer your question, Nick, part of Omega Mart's lore deals with the convergence, but they manipulate it a different way than the other 2 buildings do. That's all I can really answer on that. But yeah, escape rooms. This is like a no consequence escape room. You can be in there all day if you fucking want, from what I can tell. There were kids running around, but you can tell the kids obviously were just kind of looking and touching random things, not actually like exploring.
Yeah,
it's
they
just
weren't
a
like
bunch of fucking losers like me.
They weren't putting it together, essentially.
Yeah, it's just a bunch of dorks like me walking around with a little key card, tapping random machines. But I loved it. Like I said, highly recommend if you're in Las Vegas. It's in a entertainment complex. Like think of like a giant celebration station type building. It has a bunch of things.
How much was it?
I paid for like the VIP version, so I could get a cool lanyard and shit like that. But I think traditionally it's only like $50.
Okay.
Let me see. I paid I bought the VIP ticket and the add-on stuff, and it was like 100 something. 114.
I mean, that sounds all right.
Yeah, it's easily worth it. Like I said, some of my friends weren't really too into it, but whatever. Fuck them. I saw it as we were walking. I forgot it was in Las Vegas. I thought it was kind of out in the desert somewhere, to be honest with you.
So you saw it, you're just like, holy shit, we gotta go.
Yeah, like I said, I thought it was out in like the middle of the desert, like where the whorehouses are and stuff. But I was walking down the strip, passed by Caesar's Palace, and I saw the sign. Then I Googled it and it said 2 miles.
Open up your eyes.
What'd you just say?
Yeah. That wasn't me. That was Jim.
Oh, I know.
It was me. I said, you said, I saw the sign. I said, did you open up your eyes?
I did.
Oh my God.
And it was like 2 miles off the strip. So totally worth it.
I mean, that was kind of like when we were in like London right before we were about to come back home, there was I had wanted to do like the Harry Potter studio tour. But that's at Leavesden Studios, which is technically like an hour and a half out of London. And unfortunately, also like if you don't buy tickets for that like 3 months in advance, you're not getting.
You're not going. Yeah.
So when we were in London, I was like, man, I wish there was something that we could go to. There's a store, technically it's a store called Mina Lima. I might be mispronouncing that.
Never heard
But
of it.
it's actually Mina Lima is technically the name of it. I'll put it into chat. They're actually the people, it's a husband and wife team. They are the production designers for all of the movies. So they're the ones that actually like every single piece of paper, every like poster or what have you, they personally designed all of it. Everything from movie 1 all the way up until Fantastic Beasts. So like you could go in, for instance, and they actually had like props from like the letter scene in Harry Potter when it's coming out of the chimney.
Mm-hmm.
They had actual props that had been on set that you could like walk through this house and be able to see all of it. And it's like, I don't know, was it 3 stories or something like that? But you can go through, see all the props that they had. You could also buy like signed stuff from them and everything. It was interesting.
Did
I don't
you
even
did you see the play?
No.
You read the screen.
One, yeah,
thing.
for one, I wasn't interested in the play just because the script was so terrible. And this is before like all of the
Transphobic
bad stuff. Right. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still excited for the game. I'm still gonna purchase it. We've talked about this.
We'll be pirating it.
Still waiting for the slider to appear at the very beginning of the game.
It's soon now, right? Like
It's next week.
yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
I mean, it looks like that team in particular did just a really good job at a game. I'm hoping
What a lot of people are saying.
I'm hoping that it's not like just fucking broken as soon as you buy it, because like that's my greatest fear of buying a game now. You spend $60 and it's just a buggered and mess.
Nick's, our friend Nick, gave me advice years ago that I have lived by, or I've tried to live by. That is never pay full price for a video game.
And so in this case, I didn't. I am using the last of my Best Buy reward certificates. Because fuck Best Buy. But also, if you, for whatever reason on this game, if you buy it, they give you a $10 gift card. I don't know why. I guess
Best
it's just
Buy does?
Yeah, it's just some
I've
sort
seen
of
them do
promotion.
that before. I've seen them do that before.
So yeah, I got to use. Granted, it was a $10 reward certificate, so it's not much. But I didn't pay full price for it.
Well, our trans fans really appreciate you.
I know.
Damn, that derailed what I was thinking of.
I wanted to close this out because like there's a little bit of a bridge with that conversation. I did have some topics. I'm not going to talk about a few of these just because like the Amazon prescription drug service, that's pretty interesting. Unfortunately, it's not Texas, so womp womp.
The who?
It's Amazon's prescription drug service. So
I only support Mark Cuban's pharmacy.
Yes, but if you're a Prime subscriber, if you pay $5 a month, you get unlimited prescriptions for that $5 fee.
Unlimited antidepressants.
That doesn't sound real.
Oh yeah.
No,
I'm serious. I'm serious. So like, I'll put it in chat. So
No,
it's I'm serious. It's like $5
okay.
subscription service.
All right. They pick and choose what medicine's in there. Got it. All right.
Yeah. It's not like you can just go, I want all
Yeah,
of
that's the
these-
way you phrased it.
Oxy content
True,
times
true.
1,000.
True. I did phrase it like that. But no, it's basically like if you have a prescription, instead of this is great if you just have a bunch of medications. Like lisinopril is on there.
The
Sannies.
Hey, a lot of antidepressants and anti-anxieties are super low stock right now. So
What
you gotta get them
states?
where you can.
I'm confused. It doesn't
So if
tell
you
me what
scroll-
states.
No, if you scroll down, it will eventually tell you that it's not available. I'm sorry. You may have to go to the actual like Prime website. Amazon Prime Pharmacy, scroll down, blah,
How it
blah.
works. Do I have government insurance? No.
Oh.
What state will you ship to? I'm just going to say Texas. RX Pass is not available for customers in this state. You can still shop at Amazon Pharmacy. Fuck you then. Where's my Mark Cuban?
Oh, I'm not eligible to subscribe to RX Pass. Why?
Because you live in the state of Texas.
Additionally, RX Pass is not available to send to California, Louisiana, Maryland, and Minnesota, New Hampshire, Pennsylvania, Texas, and Washington.
The biggest states.
Yeah. So one thing I did want to talk about: do we still want the Activision Blizzard merger?
Yes.
Jim?
I couldn't care less. I know that's a shitty answer, and I'm sorry, but
No, it's fine.
care
It's
less.
just because we're basically now roughly at the year anniversary of when they announced it.
okay.
It's still in like intense litigation. I don't know if they're going to get it.
Can I say this though?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I downloaded and have been playing
Mm-hmm.
a Blizzard game recently that has been a lot of fun.
What is it called?
It is called StarCraft 2,
Oh my god.
and I've never played it before,
You and David can have fun together.
and I've been enjoying it.
I think it might be Amazon Games. They're giving away the Elder Scrolls Morrowind's like Game of the Year edition for free.
Oh man, I always forget to look at that.
Yeah, I do too, to be honest with you. I think the Polygon has done a good job now of like, hey, Epic Store has these games for free. Go get it.
I need
Prime
to,
has
okay, then I
these
need to
games.
do that.
Yeah. So if you don't know, go get your free games on Epic Game Store. If you're a Prime subscriber, there's also free games there. Use your Prime Game is giving away free games. Elder Scrolls 3 Game of the Year edition, as well as indie titles Aerial Knights Never Yield and Space Warlord Organ Trading Simulator.
Hey,
What a title. Oh my goodness. And then the last thing, Rick and Morty creator has been removed.
Oh, yeah.
We talked in chat.
Oh,
I don't know if we talked. Say what?
We talked about this last time.
We talked about it a little bit. My question to you
Because it
both,
just happened, yeah.
should shows continue if their creator has been removed because of controversy?
Sure.
Yeah,
if
they're
you
at
think
that
it's
point,
the same?
No, but that's the point.
But that's the point. Exactly. I agree with Tom. Yep. If you're at the point where the show can exist without the original creator, then why not? There are tons of well, let me ask you this: there are tons of bands who lost their original lead singer or guitar player.
Okay. This is why I wanted to ask this, because
I don't think I'm not arguing. I'm just saying.
You famously have been like, listen, the lead singer's there.
Fuck
that band.
Trapped you.
Fuck that band.
When have I ever done that?
Genesis, Jim. Genesis.
No, okay. If no, that's not why. There are tons of bands that I love that have Iron Maiden doesn't have their original lead vocalist. It's one of my favorite bands of all time.
Yeah, you
No,
bitch.
I hate Genesis and Phil Collins because I believe he ruined that band. If you then ruin a band, sure, but no, that's
that's what I'm trying to say. Like in this, believe me when I say like I support them continuing the show.
And I don't think Rick and
because
Morty's been very good for a long time. So.
Whoa!
oh damn, okay. Well, that's kind of what I was getting at. Like for me, I haven't really watched much past season 3. Which I think we talked about the last time.
Uh-huh.
So their goal is that they're going to recast him.
Uh-huh.
For obviously the 2 main roles. That is the easiest voice in the world to like replace.
I hear people all the time that can do that voice.
Not worried about it. In fact, I've seen like a bunch of people can do it. I guess my point is like it just end on its own steam, because like is there, I don't know, like is there truly a use in continuing?
I don't think it should. I think if that's what they want to do and they want to end it. If they don't, let them try. And if it's good, good. If it's not, then it's not. It's just let them do their own thing.
A good example from TV is Roseanne.
The Connors. Yeah.
Roseanne pivoted to become the Connors with Goodman as the main character. That show's actually doing really well now.
It's
not
pretty
bad.
intriguing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously,
like I think it'll flourish. I think because, and I'll be honest, I don't think as a writer of the show he's really contributed since like with season 1 or 2, right? I think at a certain point he's just like I'm gonna let other people write the show, like that's
Right.
that's fine. I mean it's kind of like Family Guy. It's
McFarlane hasn't written for that show in 10 years,
and that's perfectly fine. Simpsons probably the same thing, right? Like they just bring in fresh writers all the time. It just
is like
keeps going.
SNL. They just have a rotating cast of writers.
Yeah, I think it'll flourish, and I want it to flourish.
And it's kind of it's weird. TV shows compared to like bands, it's a little bit different. Some bands survive controversial like front runners, like what was Falling Reverse? What's Ronnie Radke's old band called before Falling Reverse? Escape the Fate replaced him once he went to jail. They're doing okay. He's doing okay. But like if you scale it up, if Lost Prophets tomorrow decide to come back, no one would support that.
But to be fair, none of the, I think they did, all the band members without the vocalist all started a new band.
Right, but they can't call it Lost Prophets.
But they're never gonna. No, yeah, but okay. If Justin Roiland was, and trigger warning because this is disgusting. If Justin Roiland, he raped a 1-year-old, like the vocalist of Lost Prophets did.
Yeah,
that's lulz. Different.
For the lulz.
For the lulz.
But I remember this was several years back. There was like a video going around of like, and I got to be honest with you, it could be fake. It could have been completely fake, but it's like of Justin Roiland like doing like it was in the booth and like doing like and he's drunk and he's just being a piece of shit.
Yeah.
I've always hated that dude because of that.
Yeah, 100%. Well, and what was uncomfortable about that is one of the producers was like, you have to wrangle Justin in. You're on Justin wrangling duty.
Wasn't that the one he assaulted?
I'm not entirely sure.
I know he apparently like
thing-
hit on one of his producers or something like that.
No, that's
And-
Dan Harmon.
No. Royland's
Is
charges are
Royland
against...
too?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
That's the thing. It's Royland, as far as I know. They haven't named like who the charges are like in question.
The complaint states an incident occurred on or about January 2020. An anonymous Jane Doe who was dating Royland at the time. Let's see, where'd it go?
Yeah, I thought it was like a person that he was dating.
He was,
I don't know.
I think he also worked with her, if I recall. And then he like held her captive, is what the whole charges.
Because the one that I remember is Megan Gans, who now works for It's Always Sunny. She helps runs the podcast for him.
Oh wow.
And she, at the time, Dan Harmon, it started on Twitter. Dan Harmon was like, "Oh, I'm just like a piece of shit or whatever, blah blah blah." And she's like, "Well, instead of just saying you're a piece of shit, like tell us why you're a piece of shit." And it came out to like where he made basically like unwelcome advances toward her. And it got to the point where she was like, "I can never watch the very first thing that I wrote as a professional writer because of you."
Yeah. He's also now being accused of like grooming a bunch of people now that the charges are coming out. So
Royland or Harmon?
Royland.
I mean, it's not shocking. Like
it's Ryan Haywood all over again.
Well, and that's the thing where like I don't, and this goes way back to the Me Too, movement. Thank you. It's like every day it felt like at that point, people were coming forward, and so you're like, "Hey, this person that you really like, secretly a piece of shit," and you're just like, "You know what,
sex offender."
Yeah,
Jim, Andrew, what was the wrestling version called?
It's still Me Too.
Speaking Out. No, Speaking Out.
Oh, Speaking Out. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you knew about that, Geoff, but during the Me Too movement, the wrestling world had its own version called Speaking Out, and it was a fucking show.
There were two big, like kind of blacklisted Joey Ryan
and Marty Scurll.
Yep.
And just so we can pull it away from wrestling a little bit, Joey Ryan was blacklisted from
Disney.
Anything wrestling. He went to Disney, and he was being the character of Gaston, and people figured that out and got him fired the next day.
Yep.
I mean, good shit.
He's got a weird presence on like social media now too. He posts all that.
He worked on the Jungle Cruise.
Yeah. But I feel like that was because that dude had like headshots and stuff done when he was still like at like his peak, cutest tag team PWG era of himself. Like when we met him at that show.
Yeah, I have a photo with him. I'm not very proud of.
Oh, I have a photo with Enzo Amore. So trust me.
Oh, that's right.
He got a wrestler photo.
He was not acquitted. Is not the right word.
No. He was. It was
exonerated.
The charges were dropped.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, exonerated.
And this is where like my personal problem right now is, and I'm going to be clear when I say this. I've always have known that Jeremy Clarkson is like
a piece of shit.
He's always been a piece of shit. He's always been on like that edge where you're like, okay, no. When I say edge, I mean that he's always been like on this cusp of just saying just that one wrong thing that's going to land him.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Like he's been treading that line for years.
Yeah.
And it just so happens that he decided to write the words himself, post it to his newspaper column, and his world has ended. Like, and that's it. And it sucks because like I'm glad that it's finally like out in the open that he's finally like, okay, this is truly who I am. But it's one of those things where like you enjoy the content, but now it's been tainted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny. I shared an article, or I shared a Reddit thread with Andrew and Jim a little bit earlier. I don't know if y'all read it or not. Reddit from Reddit.
Oh my goodness.
Geoff, you've heard the term heel and face whenever it comes to wrestling, right?
No.
Okay, so a heel is a bad guy, face is a good guy. Oversimplification. There is a very popular current wrestler named MJF.
Yeah,
Maxwell
I
Jacob
read it.
Friedman. He plays a piece of shit uptown New York rich motherfucker.
His catchphrase is "I'm better than you, and you know it."
But his thing is, he's kind of a method actor. Anytime he's in public, he is in that persona 99% of the time. So he's a piece of shit to anybody. If you walk up to him, he's probably gonna fucking insult you.
Like kids he'll like cuss out kids. Like
Okay.
he is keeping kayfabe alive, which kayfabe is like like living in a bubble that wrestling is real.
Yeah. So I was on Reddit today because I was bored and I got really sad about all my company layoffs. So I was just trying to find entertainment, and I did controversial on Reddit. And this popped up. So this person wrote that they were on the Jericho cruise. Chris Jericho, famous wrestler, lead singer of Fozzy, does a cruise every year where there's wrestling shows on it. And this user is apparently disabled, and he uses a wheelchair or crutches most of the time. And apparently he got in the elevator with MJF. And MJF just responded, "Wow, you really take up a lot of space with those things, huh?" Talking about his stuff to help him walk.
Sorry.
Jesus.
Yeah, I was laughing. I laughed too. And the user goes, "At this point, I'm not even processing. It's sort of a blur." They separate, and then later on, I'm going down the hallway just as he is, and he says in his signature tone something like, "Wow, seriously?" And the user is just like, "I don't know what to feel about this." And it said it turned him off from the brand that he works for, AEW, completely. And it's weird because you see the fanaticism. There's a ton of people in this thread being like, "He's just in character, bro." And then there's other people being like, kayfabe only goes so far. The character he portrays only goes so far. And it's kind of that weird thing thinking about Jeremy Clarkson. We know he's a piece of shit. Like, he's always been very obvious he's a piece of shit. Justin Roiland, the same thing. We know he was a piece of shit. Louis C.K., we knew he was a piece of shit. But at one point, does the persona disappear and he crosses a line? Most of the time, it's like doing something that will get you in trouble with the law. But in this Reddit article, it's him saying something to a fan that just either doesn't get it or he was genuinely being an asshole. So, like,
well, I think in that situation, it's like he's lived a persona for so long.
Yeah.
It's now like that's all he is. Like, there is no original person.
Right.
They're now that persona.
And that's what I think about those type of people.
And I personally, like, reading, comments about like the Jeremy Clarkson thing, they're like, "Oh, he just says things for shock factor." I was like, listen, you can say things for shock factor. You can blame it on that all day long. But the fact remains that what you said was horrific.
Yeah.
And it shows exactly how you felt for years.
Absolutely. And it's so weird because, like, thinking about MJF, one of the top comments on this thread is they just write, "Was MJF in character? Guaranteed. Should people go out there and pick like they cross the line moment? Yeah, they can pick their own." And then I think about, like I said, Justin Roiland or Jeremy Clarkson. He was fine until, what was this comment about? Was it the Queen?
No. So specifically on Christmas Day, he wrote an article.
He wrote an op-ed. Yeah.
About Meghan Markle.
Oh, okay. So the Royals in general.
Yes. So
Well, no,
well,
I'm thinking of Angela.
You're thinking of
Sorry.
Angela Merkel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Angela Merkel. Yeah.
Merkel.
so I'm trying to get the actual. Okay. At night, I'm unable to sleep as I lie there, grinding my teeth and dreaming of the day when she is made to parade naked through the streets of every town in Britain, while the crowds chant shame and throw lumps of excrement at her.
So a Game of Thrones reference is what I'm understanding.
Yes, it
What
was.
did she do?
She
And
existed.
nothing. That is the worst part about every like
He just took a slam at her for no good reason.
exactly
Got it.
every bit of controversy, every bit of negative thing about her is because she just exists, and that is the unfortunate side. And it all goes into racist territory as well. It's like,
That's what I assume it is. It's just you don't like that your precious little inbred ginger baby royal person married a black woman. Like that's all it is.
well, and I mean the other piece of it is they blame her for the fracture of the family and all this other stuff. I'm like,
You like the
listen,
fracture of the family happened before Diana was
oh,
killed.
I mean, 100%. But like, I mean, and I haven't read the book. I haven't read
Oh,
his.
the new, yeah.
I haven't watched the documentary series because I'm not that interested in it. It's just I get like the surface kind of like this is what happened type thing. But it's just sad. It's just like, just leave them be, let them do what they want to do. But yeah, specifically like this, like as soon as he said it, he was like, well, I made just a really poor Game of Thrones reference. It was obvious. And then he proceeds to blame it on the fact. Then proceeds to blame it on the fact he's like, usually I have someone read what I write before I post it. And I just post it. I just posted it without thinking about it. I'm like, I mean, goddamn, how many other things has someone like stopped you from posting?
It was the Ambien.
Oh God, right? God, that's a throwback.
Who used that excuse other than Mr.
Roseanne.
Hanky? Oh, was it Roseanne?
I thought it was Roseanne.
Oh, I knew Mr. Hanky.
Maybe. I thought it was earlier than that.
I don't remember Ambien being a thing until.
No, actress Roseanne Barr says she was Ambien tweeting at 2 a.m. when she posted a racist tweet.
That's funny.
Jesus.
And that's why the Connors is so good now.
Yeah. Welcome to the Connors cast.
And I'm being honest because
I listen to that.
He's always been, and this is not me like trying to save face isn't the right terms, or he's never been my favorite of the trio. I more closely identify with James May personally. Because he's
you're a rock star.
Well, no, because he's
Wait,
more
is
of
that
like
the right guy? Hold on.
No, James May is.
Who am I thinking of?
I don't know.
Are you thinking of Brian May from
Yes,
Kane?
that guy.
Yeah.
Are they related?
No,
Oh.
no, not to my knowledge. James May, if you've never watched, he does like a whole like science show. Like, in fact, he actually has a series on like toys of all things.
Is Brian May not on TV?
I don't think so. But like for instance, he built an entire house out of Lego and lived in it for 24 hours. Then there's also like he built a like a toy train set that like went 7 miles. He just does like interesting things, I guess would be the right way to put it, outside of the car world, which the cars have always been the least interesting thing for me on Top Gear and Grand Tour. It's always like them going on adventure. So I don't know.
Why do I feel like I've
It's just
seen
sad.
him just on TV shows as something? Oh, he's a scientist. That's why. I forgot Brian May is also like a scientist.
Oh yeah, that makes
From
sense.
Queen? I had no
Astrophysics.
idea.
Yeah, the guitarist from
I had
Queen,
no idea.
astrophysicist. Yeah, I probably saw him on Big Bang Theory. I bet that's what it is.
A survey of radial velocities in the zodiacal dust cloud.
It's a lot of words I don't understand.
Oh, did I tell you all that this is gonna be dumb when I say it.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to download The Art of God of War. Okay. There's a website called Academia which had The Art of God of War if you create an account for free. I said, whatever, I'll do it. Now I get emails all the time saying, "Are you the author of bicarbonate sodium in the nucleus?" Like,
I get that.
It's trying to attribute articles to me.
I get that a lot too. You want to know why? Because a lot of those websites are like have light novels hosted on them. Andrew will understand light novel, and Jim probably will too as well.
I got it.
It's an anime novel, right?
It sure is.
Well, depending on who you ask,
I
it
downloaded
could be the thing before the anime.
Yeah, I think I downloaded like High School DxD from one of those sites, and I get tagged a lot in like, "Hey, did you write this paper?" And I'm like, "No."
I haven't hit yes yet.
I'm going to. If it ever comes up with something in my field, I'm going to.
Exactly. I'm just like, well, sure, I'll take credit for that.
Yeah.
Who's gonna correct me? Just an update from Nick as well. Solar Opposites and Koala Man has also dropped.
Man?
It's I don't know.
Is it another show with the Rick voice just doing something?
Probably.
Moving on. Wait,
actually,
Jackman in the show?
Completely huge tangent.
That's what this entire show is. Yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons license.
Ooh,
have you all seen the controversy with that?
Are you talking about the movie or the
the license for the game? So there's an open, the GPL, the open game license. The fact that they've walked it back, all that jazz. OGL, sorry.
My bad.
Well, no, the reason why I thought of GPL is because they're moving to a common or Creative Commons license, which is a GPL license in general.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Portions of it, and when I mean like portions of it, it's like just the game rules, if I'm not mistaken.
I watched a very long YouTube video about this.
I did. I think we watched the same.
Is it the Legal Eagle one?
Yes.
I love that. For one, that channel is great. Yes. But
you know what's funny about that though?
The
comments about Legal Eagle in general on like I can't remember what the throw was. They were like, okay, Legal Eagle's going to talk about this. And there was one dude who was like, Legal Eagle is the worst legal advice possible. He has no idea what the fuck he's talking about this. And it was just a shit storm of comments like, how dare you talk about Legal Eagle like that?
Look, which
is entertaining in its own right.
So my understanding was the OGL only really mattered if you used the core systems of D&D and made over $700,000. That's the only time it kicked in. That was my understanding.
Yeah, essentially.
So it only mattered to Critical Role and Dimension 20.
Yes, but I don't know truly what they're going to do now, like, because they're trying to say like, oh, OGL 1.2 I think is what they're trying to move towards. Tries to walk back 1.0a. The version numbers are getting very difficult to keep up with.
Right.
I don't know. It's an interesting development. I hope it gets sorted out. But if you all haven't, just a random aside again, if you haven't watched The Legend of Vox Machina,
that's just
really good show.
Animated.
Currently watching it right now.
Very good show. But they actually just announced yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, that they're also going to be animating the Mighty Nine. So that's the second Critical Role campaign.
You know,
Oh.
that's my least favorite YouTube Dungeons and Dragons series.
The Mighty Nine or Critical Role?
Both. Like that brand. I like Dimension 20 because I like Brendan Lee Mulligan.
Yeah, Dimension 20 is great. I like when they cross over.
He's the greatest of us. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry, because of the OGL, we can't do D&D, you guys. We'll make too much money.
On. Come on.
Sorry.
What a way to get out of it.
Wow.
Nick's is not going to be a problem because he doesn't make money. But as you know, the Ranty Media Empire makes so much money that now I have tax forms to fill out so I can be like Geoff and complain.
That's
I will perpetually complain about taxes.
I know.
It's dumb.
I've known you like forever.
I don't think you knew. I didn't talk about the stress that I had last night. Was I decided, let me put everything into a tax calculator, see what blah blah blah. Literally, they're like, "Hey, you're gonna owe between 6 to 12 grand."
How about you just fire your wife? That's all I'm hearing.
No. What happened was don't rely on those calculators. Get a tax professional to look at your shit.
You know who I trust to do my taxes? Cash App.
Is it our sponsor, Cash App?
Yeah, it's our sponsor, Cash App. They also sponsor the Courage and Nadesot show. I love that show.
They also sponsored Binging with Babish, who Binging with Babish
on the menu.
I don't watch that show.
Dude,
God damn, that movie was so good.
That cheeseburger, holy fuck! No,
Did you like that
specifically?
Movie?
I haven't watched the movie yet, but I'm talking about like because he redid the cheeseburger from.
He did. He did. Oh, I'll have to watch it. I'll have to show my wife that.
Made his own fucking American cheese of all things. I was like, what the fuck are we getting down to?
Made his own cheese.
Yeah. I do gotta find where to get the tax form from Twitch, though. I don't know where to get
it's a 1099. I can send it to you.
I don't know where it is.
I have to claim $50.
I had one of my clients who, bless them, their new business as of last year.
Oh, I found it. I think
they sent me an email this morning. They're like, "Hey, can you fill out this W-9?" I was like, "Oh my goodness, I'm actually gonna get a legitimate 1099 for one of my clients this year." Do you know how many of my clients are like, "Hey, I have to send you a 1099." I'm like, "All right, cool. I report all my income regardless. It doesn't matter to me." I never have ever gotten a 1099 for one of my clients. No, I just I've never. They're supposed to legally.
Yeah.
They actually are legally supposed to mail it to me. In fact, but just don't. And I'm like, all right, cool. I mean, I guess if you ever get audited, it's gonna be a problem for you.
I've always been curious about like what happens if I get audited and they're like, "Hey, what's this Twitch payout?" I'm like, I don't know.
Hey, Twitch is gonna they're gonna claim it, so you got to claim it too.
I mean, obviously we know the Adam. I just completely butchered that name of the series. Is it Adam Knows Everything?
Adam Ruins Everything.
Adam ruins everything. The episode about taxes, about how the IRS knows exactly what you paid,
but they won't tell you, and
exactly
if you get it wrong. Yeah, it's
right.
Great.
So, that being said, my friends, I have a lot of friends that are freelancers. So they're like, well, I get paid cash, and I was like, do you deposit the cash into your bank account? And they're like, yeah. But it's fine. Like, I don't have to pay tax on that. I was like, you do realize that your bank reports directly to the IRS?
Oh, no.
Like, eventually, if you ever got audited, they're going to look at you and go like, hey, you've been in business for 10 years and you haven't paid taxes. Guess what?
Mm-hmm.
Which is why I think even the Joker doesn't fuck with the IRS.
I mean, what did they always say about Al Capone?
Yeah.
IRS is what got him.
Took him down.
Well, that and syphilis.
Is that what killed him?
Yeah, that's what he killed him.
I had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but he also
actually
played the banjo.
It was syphilis that sent him home from prison.
Oh.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
and he actually like no, he died of syphilis. What I'm saying is like he got to go home because he was dying of syphilis. If I recall correctly.
Hmm.
No, Babish is not in the menu, Nick. He just happened to do an episode on one of the items.
I heard that movie was good.
It's very good.
I
I
watched
watched
the
it
other
heard
day.
it was
today.
good.
It is tense, but isn't
Yes.
enjoyable.
Yes. I will tell you the thing that looked the best to me was a dish called the mess.
No, no, no. Of all the plates.
All right, well, you guys enjoy that thought.
I keep being told I need to watch X.
Oh, I watched. So my wife and I watched X like a week or two ago, and I adored it. I fucking loved it. And then, found out that Pearl came out last year too, which is the prequel to X. And Alyssa, my wife, didn't like X, so she didn't watch Pearl with me, and I watched Pearl, and just some of the best storytelling I've ever seen. Ever. They did it in 90 minutes. It's like, this is what I love.
Yeah.
Do you know what news has really upset me this week in terms of like film TV news?
What's that?
We're getting a Tron 3. We're Jared Leto.
Oh God.
My radar went, holy shit, yeah, oh fuck this. Like it's just literally it was horrible.
For this is a question for all you guys.
Mm-hmm.
How do you have you guys all seen Tron Legacy?
Yeah.
I love Tron Legacy.
Okay, Andrew, have you?
I have, yeah.
Okay, what do you guys think of Tron Legacy?
It's all right.
I love it. It was a great movie.
I like the song.
Yeah, the soundtrack is amazing.
Usually everyone's like the soundtrack is killer, but the movie's like garbage.
Exactly.
I love Tron Legacy like a lot.
I mean, I really like it too. There's a lot of like I can see the faults and I can see where people have problems, especially the Uncanny Valley Jeff Bridges.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Oh, right.
Like, that's a huge. That's still a problem for me. Like it's hard for me to get over. But I don't know. It's just one of those like good popcorn flicks where you're just like, yeah, this is fucking great. The visual effects are amazing.
And I heard it was the 3D's bad, right?
The 3D was not used much, which was the problem.
Correct.
I went to the 3D screening, and before the movie starts, they pop up a screen that says majority of this movie is filmed in 2D and made to be in 2D. 3D effects will be limited.
Okay.
Which I was like, okay, then why'd I just spend $15? Because back in the day, 3D was stupid expensive in comparison. But yeah, it was odd. It was all right. I don't think I've seen many 3D movies that like blew me away.
I mean, I watched
Piranha 3 Double D, man.
We did talk about this last time.
We did.
Yeah,
we did.
I found that movie. It was on like HBO Max.
Piranha 3 Double D. It's so funny.
I was like, oh no.
So those were kind of the overall topics. I had some others, but I think we'll probably save them for next time. It's not anything that's like time sensitive.
I want to do when I'm done. Todd, have you played any more Red Dead Redemption?
No, I'm afraid not.
When I'm done, I want to have a long form conversation about this game.
Well, I mean, technically, you'll probably be done by the time the next podcast rolls around.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you want to do that,
yeah, for sure, dude.
Okay.
Mainly because I'm still riding on a high that I was right this whole time.
You were right. I admit it. You were 100% right.
Yeah, I don't want to.
I had a title in the last episode that I was right. It was great.
Yes,
It
yes,
was
I
like,
saw
geez.
that.
Yeah, I'm very like Todd. When are you going to, or you've been busy?
Been very busy, getting rid of 100-something people.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I have not had much time for games this week.
Yeah, it was actually interesting because just real briefly, I was at work with I was having lunch with some of my coworkers, and
Miss
I
that
was just
cafeteria.
like, it was a good cafeteria. But since I'm eating vegetarian right now, I haven't gone to that cafeteria in
Fucking
like 2
gross.
Oh,
weeks.
I didn't know you were doing that. Okay.
Or like no, it's been a month now actually.
Okay.
So what was I trying to say? Oh, I was like just talking about the job market. I was like, man, Microsoft's laid off people. This company's laid off people. And then Todd, I mentioned you as like they just got rid of all his contractors and all this other stuff. And I was like, I mean, I'm kind of concerned, like, how my job is going to handle this. And my friend was like, well, it's not going to happen. I was like, dude, I don't know how to tell you this, but like every company seems to be
Everybody's vulnerable.
like everybody. And I was like, and I hate to say it, and it became like a very uncomfortable silence because I was like, you realize we cost the company so much money as the marketing department, so much money
Yeah.
that they could easily boot all of us out one day and be like, you know what, we're going to go to an agency. And I'm like, oh, well, that's never going to happen. I was like, oh, you mean like the time where they fired all of their designers and all of their creative staff and moved it to a different agency?
Yep.
So I don't know. It was just, it was interesting conversation.
Oh my god, I have to claim $300 from Twitch. What the fuck? No. I mean,
actually,
I don't have to.
Okay, so I was about to say, under $600 is the
Don't
limit.
incriminate yourself. All right.
No. I think I remember reading on the Twitch 1099. It's like if you made more than $10, you have to do it.
Really?
Which is like impossible to do. It's like if you just
you
get paid
can't
out
make
once.
a payout less than $50 or $100.
Yeah.
Weird. Wait, why are there two different tax forms? What's a service tax form? Oh no. We
So-
did
I
not.
find one.
Oh, okay.
Did they-
Oh, okay.
did they-
All right, hold on. One was royalties and one was service. We did not issue you a Form 1099 NEC because I was paid less than $600,
There
which
it
is the
is.
IRS threshold.
Correct.
Woo.
So what that means technically,
We're gonna commit tax fraud live on this podcast.
you don't
Join us.
I don't know why that made me laugh.
You don't technically have to pay that tax. I'm not suggesting you.
I mean, if it's
don't.
gonna take $300 out of my return, I'm not gonna fucking claim it.
No. It's not No, it's not how that works. So, you got $300 payout, right?
Do something, yeah.
Your self-employment tax would be 15% of $300.
That's too much.
No, just hold on. That then rolls into your standard deduction. So your standard deduction is like 12,000 something.
I trust.
Like have you done your
the
taxes
Venmo
yet?
Yeah, I've already done it. I haven't filed it, but I've done it.
So like you got a decent tax return, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'm getting like $1,500.
Yeah, it's literally not going to eat into that.
Okay.
It's
I trust the Venmo for drug dealers to do my taxes
Jesus Christ.
and OnlyFans girls.
This episode is
so-
sponsored by Cash App.
If we were sponsored by Cash App, I would chill so hard for them.
Here's the thing about Venmo specifically. They
will report your ass.
They will report your ass. And that's literally anything over $600 in a calendar year.
Oh. I transfer so much money through Venmo.
Same.
I mean, that's how I paid Julia, was through Venmo.
No wonder you're getting boned.
Well, no, it's something that I was going to. It's basically I knew that going in,
Yeah.
and I was like, well, I mean, we're gonna have to pay even if it's the same thing with like my client who's like, hey, I need to give you a 1099. I'm already reporting that. You can tell the IRS that. That's perfectly fine. My amount matches your amount.
Gotcha.
It doesn't matter if they're doing that. They're just taking the additional step to say, hey, IRS, just in case you didn't know, he paid his wife all of this money, blah, 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 for her work. Yeah, taxes. I've had to do it a long time now. Hate it every year.
I feel like I was supposed to do Twitch taxes last year as well. And I didn't.
So, and this is also
Whatever. I don't think we got a payout 2 years ago.
So technically, Todd,
Hello.
and this is what you could do as an example. If you were to start a DBA, which doesn't cost much, files with the court. No, just hear me out. Just hear me out. We'll say Todd Harded Enterprises as an example. You can then theoretically
copyright, trademark.
Sure, you could theoretically take any expenses that you had for the year that were for renting media, and use that against the $300 in profit that you made.
And then I can buy a QD OLED monitor as a business expense. And then I say I'm running in the red, and they'll be like, okay.
Technically, yes.
Problem solved.
I
feel like we've made this exact discussion as well.
We have.
Listen, this podcast, because it's now running at 2 hours 15.
It's very cyclical.
Has literally, it's going to be the same topics every week because we're getting old and we're forgetting what we've talked about.
How many episodes do you think we've mentioned lost profits?
Too many.
Well, I mean, considering
one more than deserved.
Considering it's the same topics every week, we've talked about it now for
about
67
about
episodes.
loving content from people that are canceled. Yeah, that's been the last 3 podcasts basically.
Well, it's just because we're so timely with our news reporting.
Look,
that's just what we're all about.
I was just gonna wait for 2 more weeks and be like, moving, am I right, guys? And then me and Andrew are just gonna talk back and forth about moving.
Bro, U-Hauls are expensive. Holy crap, man! Let me tell you.
So if you know any lesbians, you can ask for their discount. That's a horrible joke, and I will be canceled for that.
Wait, how much did you pay for your U-Haul?
Me?
Oh,
yeah.
I think altogether about $150. I think
that's cheap as
with
hell.
The rental. But I also got parts. I also got like an appliance dolly and some stuff.
Oh well, I mean, I could see that becoming expensive for sure.
Yeah.
The add-on
because like the add-on was like $12, $13. I'd say the truck itself was 50, 60, but the miles is what killed me. I put on like
how many? Don't they give you a certain amount of miles if you're in town?
Nope. I was in town.
I feel like you got boned somewhere.
I feel like I got boned somewhere too. Oh, I think I bought the insurance too because I was nervous about driving a 20 truck.
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah.
I just hire movers because I'm extra lazy.
Oh no! Don't worry. This next one, absolutely, and like we've invested into this house now, and so I don't want to leave.
Yeah, I kept saying that for a long time. That's why I moved 3 times in the same apartment complex, and then every time I would have Geoff come move my TVs because I was that paranoid about it. And then my TV decided to take a shit, and I no longer care about TVs. So I'm not even.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure if this one's gonna move with me.
Do you still have my Link to the Past?
God
That's my
damn.
Link's
You know,
Awakening.
About that. While I was packing to move, I did find it,
Okay.
and eventually I'll get it back to you.
Do you know what would be really great in your new place, Todd?
TV.
LTT cable ties.
This
That you
podcast is
bought.
brought to you by
From me.
That I can put in my LTT backpack that also holds my LTT screwdriver.
Yeah, that you bought like a year ago, I want to say at this
Happy
stage.
Linus.
Nick pulled up.
No, I don't, Nick.
He does not. He did not. He
I bought
did
my
return
own.
his.
I bought my
Ring Fit.
own Ring Fit.
I think I'm missing the leg thing, but that's a whole other
No,
story.
I bought you a new one.
Oh, that's right. He did buy me a new one.
I bought you a new one, and then found that one.
Oh yeah, that sounds about right. And guess what? I don't know where the Ring Fit stuff is now. And my house is packed, almost. The computer goes down tomorrow, which will be fun.
I'm
How
actually
about that
double
green
checking.
screen, Todd?
Do you want to come pick it up?
Andrew,
It's closer
Did
to pick up
you-
now compared to spring.
yeah. Did you do that lost property thing?
Lost profits.
I have it.
I knew
pretty
you were
much-
gonna say that.
Standing on the
I just-
rooftops.
I need to take a picture of my ID and whatnot. It's been, guys. I've had a lot going on.
I mean, sure, but
It's
and
free money.
This is the part.
That's
This is
what-
the part where I got super creepy, and I was like, you know what?
You start
I
typing
don't
in
know
people's
why.
names. You start
Yes,
typing in people's
because-
names. Yep.
Because
I
I was
have
like,
any?
you know what?
You don't.
No, sorry.
Of course
I would've
not.
I would have told you.
All
dude.
rich people always have more money.
Jesus Christ.
Rich.
I mean, like, I don't know where. Like, mine was like $45, and I was like, I don't know where the fuck this came from.
It's
but
like,
all
oh, Geoff, let me lick on his balls a little bit more. That's what life says to you.
right.
Geoff, why didn't you tell me there's a million things that say my name on the Texas Lost Properties?
I love Geoff, and I'm clearly kidding.
Dude, I'll be honest with you. I don't know. It took me a minute to look through your name specifically. Andrew.
Ironically,
Goddamn easy.
well, yeah.
Well, yeah. Eddie?
Edward. I got called Edward on an email.
That's what it was. Yeah.
That's hurtful. That's
Jesus.
hurtful.
That's crazy because the obvious for Andrew's name is Andrew.
Andrew, yeah.
Well,
And-
and also because it was directly to me on a brand new email, you had to at least type E.
Typed in the name.
Then it would autofill after the E and the N.
Oh,
I
this was reported in 1986. I wasn't even born yet, so that's probably not me.
And
I
let me
was
tell
born in
you that
1986.
my brother and even my father say JEFF when they're emailing me. So if that makes you feel any
you
better.
deserve that.
I mean, I've grown up my entire life of people getting my name wrong. My entire life
well,
is.
so
is
when I met
misspelled.
Whoa!
When I met Andrew, he just told me his name was Andrew. He didn't even try.
Did he really?
Like,
Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't fucking try. I give up.
I met with at the time mutual friends.
Uh-huh.
And it was like hey Jim, you might like Andrew. Hey Andrew, you might like Jim. And then a near 20-year friendship has blossomed. But yeah, hey, I'm Andrew. Oh, cool, I'm Jim. And then like weeks and weeks and weeks pass, and like somebody says Andrew, and I'm like, Andrew? Do you mean Andrew? Like, no, his name's Andrew.
You're a piece of shit.
And then I confronted him, and I'm like, why didn't you just tell me your name was Andrew? He's like, I don't even try anymore. I'm like, okay, dude.
So-
I think the worst one for me personally was when you and me met Andrew WK.
Oh, I'm so
And-
sorry.
And so,
Jesus.
and like I'm getting a t-shirt signed. And so he goes, "What's your name?" And I said, "Andrew." And he looks at me and he goes, "Oh, Andrew, tight." and Jim, before the felt of the marker touches the cotton cloth of the
My friend's
t-shirt.
gonna get a real autograph.
No, it's Andrew, ENDREW. And then I shit you not. It's like time freezes for me, and I see Andrew WK give me this look, this quizzical look of like, "Are you fucking serious?" Almost in a way. And then he's like, "Oh, awesome!" And he just changes it.
He just like literally wrote an E.
I mean, listen, embarrassing, sure. Was Jim looking out for you? 100%.
Oh yeah. No. I'm thankful for it, but at the time, I'm like sweating bullets in this. Like, oh
You know
god.
what sucks? We have a great picture, Andrew and I, with Andrew WK, just poisoned by a total douchebag in the picture with
Yeah.
us. And we'll tell you who it is off air.
Wow.
Oh, wow, it's that bad.
Y'all know him.
Oh, that explains a lot. Oh, I think I know who it is. Is he related to famous Coach Barry?
Oh my lord.
No.
Oh, never
I
mind.
think so.
I don't.
So I'm looking at the Texas Unclaimed thing because my name, for some reason, there's plenty of Todd Hardens in the city that I'm moving to that has a lot of money to be claimed, and I'm going to just try and claim it and steal it. But one of them was kind of interesting. It's from CEC Entertainment, Inc. Tell me if you know what CEC Entertainment, Inc. is.
That sounds so...
It is the full government name of Charles Entertainment Cheese.
Oh, you are the heir to the fortune.
It is $200, and it's from 2006.
Hey,
I don't know what
proof
proof of business withholder is.
I don't know what that means either. But yeah, so my favorite part of this is the company's name is Charles Entertainment Cheese Entertainment, Inc.
Jesus Christ, what a mouthful.
That sucks.
It makes me want to play VR chat and go back to that Chuck E. Cheese world, though.
Oh, good Lord.
It's that. Oh shit, I don't know if I have that.
There's also Texas Children Pediatrics. I might claim that one. Oh, no, that's a different middle name than me. It's weird, though. There's one from Walgreens, and I worked for Walgreens at one point, and I'm like, is this me? Or is it not? And then there's one literally with my first, middle, and last name. It's for Cartown Motors, which is a dealership in Rosenberg that I definitely almost bought a car from. I'm like, I'm so confused now.
Yeah, there's a lot.
There's a lot under my name, yeah. But yeah, I think that's it for this episode.
Yeah, it is time to depart.
Jimmy didn't derail it at the end.
Do I normally do that?
You literally last episode said that's your goal every episode.
Oh.
And y'all have a great night. It's been a pleasure. Everybody take care. We'll be back in 2 weeks.
Cody
Make the right
2012.
vote. Vote Anime Awards. Make the right call.
Neat Trash, maybe sometime this year. Bye.